Hello, I'm Helen Brister. Thank you for listening to my video clip. It will take a few minutes of your time and at the end an opportunity not to be missed. My back pain started in 2000. Firstly it was now and again, then gradually over time I spiralled downwards to the point of utter despair. I genuinely thought, if this is my life then it's not worth living. At that point I knew I had to take control. During the 7 years of pain, I tried all manner of things and felt I had nowhere to turn. You're watching this video because you've experienced back or hip pain or currently have back or hip pain. I can't guarantee to eliminate your pain, but I can promise you that I feel this really is your best chance to eliminate it. I've experienced what you're going through, so I know how you feel, and I totally eliminated my pain. So please don't wait another minute longer to do something about it. The great thing to come out of my 7 years researching into back pain was that I discovered I have a passion for healthcare, and that has got me where I am today. I now feel this is what I'm supposed to do in life, although at the time spending each week, month and then into years to find a lasting solution, I'd discovered I'd spent approximately £2,900. Not only did I have back pain, I had hip pain as well. I developed my combination method at the end of 2007, and at the beginning of 2008 I became pain-free and still am today. So much so that I feel better than I did in my early 20s, and I'm now nearer 50 rather than 40. When I decided to take matters into my own hands, I knew I needed a combination of routines which worked the whole of my torso, so no part was left untouched. After all, our bodies are amazing coordinated machines. This turned out to be 4 routines. 2 for my spine to separate the vertebrae and stop squashing my discs by loosening tightness along my spine. 1 for the pelvis, and 1 for the hips and shoulders. Months later, when I decided to put pen to paper to create a CD, I added 4 starter routines. I had no idea this combination was going to work. Why would I? But I did know that my torso was out of alignment. Mine was totally obvious, and as you're experiencing pain, you could be learning incorrect movement patterns to overcompensate for your pain. This makes back or hip pain worse. Pretty much we are all the same and our bodies work the same way. So by working mind and body together, I've discovered it speeds up the healing process. I had a weak sacroiliac, which allowed my pelvis to twist, making one hip higher than the other. My piriformis muscle was tight, pulling my sacroiliac joint out of alignment. I had bursitis in my hips, and a scan revealed a bulging disc. All in all, a mess really. I started doing my routines with tiny movements. I was scared I didn't want to hurt myself further. I found if done each day, and by totally focusing with my mind on the body part being used, the effect was much deeper within my torso. Also, by alternating the routines to ensure all my body parts were covered, gave me balanced movement and a quick result. Firstly, I discovered I'd lost movement in my left hip. This was how I moved back then. I would put my hand on my hip and lean forward, keeping my hip as still as possible to prevent further pain. So in hindsight, no surprise really. But then I discovered where I couldn't do the movement. If I pictured my hip and thought hip up, hip down, etc. Gradually over time, I discovered the movement appeared. I was refreshing my memory of movement I'd lost that I was totally unaware of. I then discovered by incorporating breathe into my core with the moves, for example, breathe in, shoulder up, my body was naturally using my core with movement. As we get older, we tend to use our legs and arms in isolation, like this, whereas if we move our arm, Our shoulders should move and the movement should come from our core, which gives us strength and stability. I was gaining an incredible range of moves. I could dance like I used to. This meant I was going about my everyday tasks in an easier, no-strain way. Gradually, I was moving without causing or holding tension. Slowly, my joints realigned. My muscles, ligaments, fascia was loosening. My discs had their space back, and my pain disappeared. I'm now 3 centimetres taller, have great posture, and a totally aligned torso. I'm the best shape I can ever remember, and the great thing is others are experiencing this too. So ask yourself, do you want to lose the stiffness and aches and gain flexibility? Do you want to learn to move without holding tension because of your pain? Do you want to increase your range of movements? Remember back to how you used to be. Do you want to learn to use your core again with coordinated movement and correct breathing to dramatically improve your posture? Do you want to be pain-free, save time and money? If the answer is yes, I genuinely know your benefits, and you can do it all in the comfort of your own home. Any time of day that suits you, just 20 minutes out of 24 hours is not too much to ask for a pain-free life. It saddens me to see people in pain. I've always loved helping others, and I know my CD is the start you're looking for the pain-free life that you should have. I know once the pain starts, it's a downward spiral. Don't let that happen to you. And don't spend £2,900 like I did. I'd only ever recommend to you something that I've proved works, and Stop Back and Hip Pain does that. So before I go, I'd like to reassure you, you won't be on your own. You can contact me by email if you need a little motivation or if you have any questions along the way, until you're pain-free. So say yes and take control now. Once you receive the CD, just listen to the introduction, terms and conditions, and then you get going. It's as simple as that. No padding or filling, just straight to the point. The perfect combination of routines so you can get on with becoming pain-free. And remember, you'll have my support along the way. So this is your opportunity to stop your back and hip pain.